right, we are live.
And we're live.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
This changed a little bit here. Let me.
Oh yeah.
But that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. You're all set?
Mm-hmm.
We're all having a good time?
Yeah, well, hey, everybody. And
hi, chat.
Yeah, welcome to our podcast. You might have to bear with us a little bit as we...
We're still ironing out the curtains.
Everything's getting ironed out a little bit here. So let me just do it like that. There we go. That looks good.
Oh, that looks better.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
There, now we can see them.
Excellent. All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Neo Gaia Fantasy show, which is our virtual desktop experience. So why don't we just go around the virtual FM Town Skype window here and just introduce ourselves for those who might not know who we are. I'm James Webster from Death's Dynamic Shroud, also known as HCMJ and some other aliases that we won't mention. Mark?
Oh, hello. I'm Mark. I'm R23X, aka VH Stills, aka Video 20XX, and I make music, and I'm part of the Neo Gaia Fantasy Club. Hello.
I'm Kevin. My name is Kevin, and I go by Kevin. My project is called Equip.
Kevin, it looks... Are you wearing a shirt?
Sometimes. I drag the opacity down to 50%.
On the shirt?
On my shirt.
Oh, that's nice.
I am wearing a shirt. It's really hot in my house right now, so
yeah.
I've got a tank top on.
It's because you're there.
Okay. I was just going to make that joke, Tech, but you kind of beat me to it.
Well, speaking of which, my name is Tech. I'm in Death's Dynamic Shroud with James, and we're all having a good time now.
So basically, here's the deal, all right? So we all love each other, and we're all best friends. And we go on tour together in Japan. It's been something that we've done the last couple of years, and as soon as all this COVID isn't an issue anymore, we're hoping to get back there to go on another one of these beautiful big tours. But in the meantime, we really like hanging out with each other, either IRL when we can, or in cute little virtual spaces like this. And we thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we brought the entire world into our online virtual excitement? And also if we did that while exploring different user interfaces and graphical user interfaces that really make us excited. So this inaugural episode, you can see here, we have this beautiful FM Town's Marty UI, which maybe, Kevin, you'd like to speak a little bit about what FM Town's Marty is and why this UI is so special.
Yeah, I have no idea what FM Town's is.
The legend of them. I'll get into that. So there's first of all, I'm a video game collector, and I've been, collecting video games and hardware for years now. And the one elusive golden goose, so to speak, it's a computer made by Fujitsu called FM Towns, and there's a special consoleized version called the Marty, and it's basically like they took a Japanese gaming computer and squashed it down in a console form factor and a controller, so you can play all of these great early 90s CD and floppy disk games on your TV. So I've been looking for one for 3 years since my first Japan visit in 2017, and I found one at near the end of my stay last year with James. It was one of the last few days, and I bought it, which is included in the Neo Gaia Fantasy movie.
Wow.
So we thought it'd be kind of fun to pay tribute to the operating system of the FM Towns by modeling our stream layout. after it.
Yeah.
And Mark did an awesome job of recreating it. So
He's got the
thank you, Mark.
Coco Ichibanya application down there.
Yeah, you can
I
you can
don't
tell
have
that.
one, Mark, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can tell that Mark definitely had the first pass on this because this is clearly his contribution. So this was actually a really great point. Oh, and yes, Daffodil noticing the cursor. So I am in control. I am holding the cursor. So if any of these guys get on my nerves, I can pick their noses. I can point out text.
James is like
eyeballs.
he's like the architect in the Matrix, in that white room with all the TVs, and then he says a bunch of words.
Yeah, and then they write a book about it, and Tommy Levins is all about it. So that is one possible outcome of me. So anyway, as Kevin just mentioned, him buying a Marty is a really beautiful segment in something called Neo Gaia Legend, the movie. So this is a feature-length tour documentary about the Neo Gaia Phantasy Tours that I've been working tirelessly to put together. It's from all of our cell phone footage, we had some GoPro footage, we had fan footage, we had Twitter pics, we had all sorts of really great pieces that I have put together to assemble this beautiful, hopefully beautiful narrative about our tour. But it's not just about our tour though, because we also, there's some exclusive interviews with Japanese vaporwave and vaporwave adjacent label heads that give us a nice Japanese perspective on vaporwave. Because, you know, obviously vaporwave takes a lot of the Japanese aesthetic, and no one's really bothered to ask the Japanese what they think about that before. Well, we decided to. So please stick around for that. So immediately following this stream, however long it ends up being, probably not too long, too long. But immediately following it, we will be premiering the movie in its entirety, Neo Gaia Legend, the movie, and we'll have the live chat on so everyone can talk over it and talk about which one's the cutest and, you know, all that stuff, which I know you guys love talking about.
Speaking of which, your Unspeakable said that he believes HCMJ means Hyper Chad Muscular James. Can you confirm, or would you deny that?
No.
No. Oh, that's
like
close.
That cool, magical James.
Yes.
That could be.
So a little bit more housekeeping, as they call it, on these things. So there's a new URL. All this came together really fast. I haven't slept in many, many days. You can see
his eyes are bruised from being awake.
There's some bruising around my eyes from keeping them open. Just a nice steady supply of this stuff. It's coffee.
Might have heard of it.
What was I even talking about? Oh, housekeeping, right. So, there's a new website, neogaia.tv. And here, why don't I actually just do this real quick? Why don't we just go into browser mode?
Pull it up.
Oh, shit.
So here we'll be able to dynamically share content with each other in a really fun, cool, and exciting way. Oh, this window got all messed up again. You know, I think it might be changing. It doesn't. It looks fine. Whatever.
It's okay.
So
Whatever.
Yeah, so if you go to neogaia.tv, you get a page that looks like this. Now, right now, you'll see it looks a little unfinished. And that's true, it is. This window will be showing our stream eventually. Ninfia64 putting us on blast, possibly. You can't really get people's... But the point is, here you can donate to us, and you're like, well, why would we donate money to you guys, to these ugly people? And the answer is that we need to go back to Japan, and we need to have another tour. And this time, we want to go with someone to shoot a real professional documentary about the connections between America and Japan, and how vaporwave has really served as a bridge between cultures and between people and between scenes. And that's really the broader point of like what we're trying to do here. Anyone can go to Japan and just like shoot Japan and be like, look, I'm in Japan, isn't this sick? And sure, it is, but it's also kind of boring, and everyone who's been to Japan has done that. So we're really interested in the sort of broader questions and the broader implications of sort of this exchange and how vaporwave has sort of eaten itself in a way. You know, how it started as, you know, Westerners being real into Japan, and then became us going to Japan. So I did just hear an alert that we got a donation. But now there should be an animation that plays. Yeah, so hold on a second. I think I might have to copy this.
Oh, right.
Yeah, let me just, okay. So
we'll just have to donate again.
Yeah, so if someone donates again, we should see. I'm so sorry, whoever donated, and we didn't see it. Like I said,
I think, like James was saying, I think what we're doing is unique, and I don't think that it's. I think that it's worth documenting, and I think more so than just like, hey, pay for us to go back to Japan. We really want to make like a really cool, professional, you know, totally like if we hire a videographer to come with us to Japan next year, then that means that we can all be in the same shots together. As you'll notice from the doc, you know, one of us is always having to shoot, and you can't get all of us in the same frame ever. So that's a great reason to donate to us.
So just one second here. I'm testing the donate functionality here. Okay, so that's interesting. Well, regardless, yeah. So we will be producing more and exciting content, but the big first sort of chunk is the film that will be premiering as soon as the stream is over.
The film is really nice. James did an incredible job on it. James is like way more responsible for the quality than anyone else here. He did a super good job.
We also have to. So Kevin brought a GoPro that was his roommate Owl's. Major props to Owl for the GoPro, because without that it would have been a bunch of cropped stuff, and it wouldn't.
Sentient. This is the only shirt that I wear, dude. So, it's the only one I have.
So this is the FM Towns Marty here. I'm just pulling up some pictures of it so people can see what is the big deal. And as you can see, it is a very attractive console. Very rare.
We got a transparent PNG there.
Oh, thank you so much.
PJ Rourke.
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
That
Thank
is
you so much. Wow.
That is beautiful.
Incredible.
And
Thank
look,
you.
and we have it working. So a random GIF will appear. We only have about 10 or 11 for this first one. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
CSRH. That's a mouthful.
CSRH with that $5 donate.
Kids
Thank you
to
so
Japan.
much. Wow.
Like HCMJ. Can you tell me a little bit about this, Kevin? Do you see?
That's the FM Towns 2, and that's the like tower computer version of the FM Towns, and it's got a vertical front-facing CD drive. So now that I have Marty, I have to invent a new golden goose, right? So I'm after one of these.
Do you just call it the Marty?
I do call it the Marty, or just Marty. You know.
This is my golden goose right here. This is what I've always wanted, and it also has a vertical loading CD drive. But the
New World Mac.
Yeah, this is the New World Mac, or the 20th anniversary Mac, which Jerry Seinfeld had on sets in Seinfeld in the later seasons.
Nice.
Thank you, Q, so much.
Thank you, Q.
Thank you.
Shout out.
And what an adorable little GIF there of Kevin just rocking out. Kevin, would you like to talk a little bit about those?
All of the GIFs of Mark and I were made by Sego Octopus. So thank you. Shout out to Sego.
Look at this thing. Isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful.
I was gonna send a link to you, James, but I changed my mind. I couldn't find any pictures of golden geese, but I was gonna say this is my golden goose, and then you would have clicked it and then shown everyone, and it would have been a picture of a golden goose.
Wait, where did that come from?
Decent gag.
Thank you,
Agro. Thank you, Agro.
Wow.
With the $10.
I don't know where that picture of sushi came from. Ooh, Pepe the Frog. Oh, where did he come? Oh, yeah.
Man,
I would prefer that not be a part of our stream.
Oh, boy.
Working out some chunks here. some chunks.
Thank you, Wizard
Fun
Fun Man.
man with we're rich already. Look at this.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
guys are
this in
really,
that
really,
picture.
really warming my heart right now.
So
So
that's a real picture of Tech and James eating food. He's
Yeah, I just
Tech,
give
he's
him my-
slide the vegetables onto James's plate.
That's
And
right.
Raleigh, $5.
Thank you so much. And you know we're
I
fans.
call him
If you listen to the podcast that we did with Private Suite Magazine, Tech went on and on about that album and how much he loves it.
yes.
Let's see here. So I wanted to briefly pull up the 100% Electronica website.
XChell.
So
And
a-
Chica.
Thank
one-
you,
$5.
XChell.
Thank you.
And Sheikah, thank you.
something else I got to plug here is the Neo Gaia Legend tour mixtape LP. Now this came out of nowhere on the big stream last week. This was the big news. A lot of people in the vaporwave cassette collecting community might remember this when it came out. This was thank you Rogue Cash
Rogue
Cash
for that
$10.
very
Thank you so
generous
much.
donation. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Long story short, we needed to put together a mixtape fairly quickly so that we'd have money to eat with when we were in Japan last year. Thank you.
Lunitas!
Oh, thank you so
$5.
much.
Thank you so much.
And these donations are very important because we had to make a mixtape so we wouldn't starve, basically. And it was created in Asia in a pressing plant in Taiwan, I think, and then just shipped to our friend in Japan. And we just sold it at shows. People had a hard time getting it because it was really just for the Japanese audience. But
I mean, we sold all of them over there. That's the story. I mean, we put it together in kind of a whirlwind. A couple of nights before we left for tour, put in the order with our friend that lives in Japan. He ordered from a cassette factory in Taiwan, helped with the language barrier, and then had them shipped straight to one of the promoters' houses. So we basically got the tapes like 2 days before our first show
Dr.
in
Jacoby.
Japan.
Thank you, Dr. Jacoby.
Jacoby, that 2020.
The rules.
And
Thank you.
I made a Dr. Jacoby joke.
Thank you so much.
At some point when I was streaming, I said something about how I have my brain is just completely dead. But I made a I saw Dr. Jacoby interact with some stream that I was a part of, and I was like, "I'm not making you a tape tonight" or something, as if I were Laura Palmer talking to him on the phone. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. You were saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a fun whirlwind of a project to put together that mixtape, and there's a bunch of kind of hard to find odds and sods from all of us, and it was mixed by James quite expertly, might I add. And I mean,
it's a sick ass vinyl.
We didn't really plan on like bringing any home or like doing a wide release, but
thank you, you're ready, column 35.
Yeah, so that is the only GIF that I was able to contribute to our stable here because I was busy setting the rest of this up. But I knew I really wanted that one. It's one of my favorites. But yes, sorry.
No, you go first.
So, yeah, I think the vinyl format is better than the tape format. Sue me, but you can't get that crazy red, white, cream saver swirl on the tape, can you?
Yeah, so that is definitely something very, very, very special. So 100% Electronica.com. It is live. It is selling right now. And stock is actually not as
Nintendo with the $5. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you might be surprised.
Multiple blessings to you too.
Oh, their little messages come up. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
This is so heartwarming. My heart is so full right now. Gee whiz. So we're just going to go back into Skype mode here. So everyone can see our faces a little bit more, and we can see a little bit more of the stream. But I think this looks not too bad.
Looks great.
So, in addition to the fact that we play music, other people play music too. And so sometimes we listen to the other music. See, that's what we call a segue.
Oh, very, very good, Tech. Very, very good.
Yeah. Anyway, we have like a cool Spotify playlist of stuff that we're listening to right now, and we can put stuff that like new stuff that we come out with that gets on streaming. We can put that in there too, and I'm gonna post that in the chat right now.
Oh, Daffodil.
Bill.
Thank you so
420.
much for the 420.
And you can subscribe to that playlist, and it's fun, cool stuff if you just want to listen and find new music. I hadn't heard of pretty much anything that Mark or Kevin contributed to it, so
Sega
I was really excited.
Octopus.
Thank you, Sega Octopus.
Yeah, we should be donating
Thank
to
you,
you because we're
Sega.
using your
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful GIFs, and we'll definitely be commissioning more from you.
We're gonna get some more.
Yeah, big time.
We need some
Oh, there's old Rory
BS
Glyph dice.
representation.
Thank you, Rory.
Thank you, Rory.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Tech, can you send the link to that Spotify playlist in our Skype chat real quick so I can show off this functionality?
Absolutely.
Somebody just said, Brandon
Molitovich,
just
thank
says,
you.
To be honest, I want to hear the album before I buy the album. Well,
Oh,
you can hear it right now on Bandcamp if you want to. Brandon just is. It's up there. It got uploaded today. There's a small issue with the digital distributors. I think they wouldn't allow Mark's track to use the word live in it without like an audience recording or something.
Yeah.
So,
What do you think the band Live does?
Oh God.
You know, I kind of look like that guy now, you know?
Oh yeah, Ed Kowalczyk. That's his name.
God damn.
Why the hell do I know that?
Well, that one out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because live expert over here.
Yeah.
So I'm getting some backlash. I see a little backlash in the chat because I say GIF instead of GIF. And look, you know, it's one of those things. I used to put 2 spaces after periods, and then you learn that you're not supposed to do that, and then you don't do it anymore. I don't know what to tell you.
The creator pronounces it GIF, so
Wait,
that kind of
James.
settles it.
Wow.
James, you say GIF?
Yeah, that's what the creator of the format.
I heard
Oh,
Mark
Blashy,
and don't
thank
buy
you so
it.
much.
Thank you, Blashy.
So much.
Hold on a second. I did not know that you said GIF.
I switch back and forth because either way it pisses people off. So
Yeah, that's true. You gotta keep them guessing.
There's no way to
Alright,
win.
alright. I get your cursor out
Oh,
of
the
here.
Yeti!
Thank
Wow.
you, the Yeti.
The
Oh my
Yeti
god,
coming
thank you
through
so
with the
much.
69.
69.
Jesus.
Wow.
Oh,
Great.
the weed number.
Great
Oh,
number.
Thank you.
My heart is going to explode right now. I can't take this. This is way too
Thank
much.
you, Synthbent.
We love you.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you very much.
Old George Clanton calls me Weepy James because I've been known to cry in front of people. On New Year's Eve, when he proposed to Negative Gemini on stage, I wept in front of however many hundreds of people were there, and I didn't even care.
I would have.
It was a very, very nice, sort of beautiful thing. So anyway, Tech, you're going to send me that link in the Skype? You did?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So check this out, everyone. I can... Wait, what side is this going to be on this side? I can grab this and pull it. And now you can see all this. And I can copy this link. I better hide that. There's some secret talk about us putting this all together.
Oh.
It's fine. It's just talking about doing the donation. GIFs, whatever. Then I can hop into browser mode.
Wow.
And
So
Trash
Thank you,
Ghost.
Trash Ghost. Trash Ghost. Trash Ghost, just so
Holy
everyone
crap.
knows,
Wow.
Trash Ghost is a hero. Trash Ghost is one of my favorite people that I've ever met through the internet. And I met him in real life at Electronica 1, and he was wonderful. Narthex, thank you.
Wow. These
You're the
donations are
best-looking
seriously
guy here.
overwhelming. Like, I can't even believe this.
You're the best looking guy.
You are the best looking guy here. So I'm just going to pull up Tech Spotify playlists. Thank you, Sad Weeb. Oh, you're just like us.
Weeb. Thank you.
Just like us. So this...
Wait, what do you... Oh,
So this
hold on,
is the
playlist.
Neo Gaia Fantasy Weekly Playlist. So on here, it's a little short right now, but we're going to keep adding to it. And the idea is that this is a living document of the music that we're all kind of listening to in the moment. My contributions were just tracks by our friends. You can see here's an R23X track, an awesome song called Way Forward I Follow.
That song rules.
It
I had
is-
not heard that song before.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
It's a really,
Good job, Mark.
really amazing track. Of course, Legendary Equipment, which is probably my favorite song by Equip. Every time I hear that song, I'm instantly transported back to Japan. I can see Kevin on stage in full curse mode. That's his horn. And donning a cape. Because all I've
I think
listened to are my friends while I've been working on the podcast, basically.
That's my favorite Equip song too. James, we got a Waxahachie song on there that you would not like.
Oh,
Sorry.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about that, Tech?
Just some indie rock.
So what's your picks, Tech? What are they all about? Where do they come from? Why don't you?
Well, we got a
go
Waxahachie
track by
song.
track there.
This one here, Oxbow. Is that what you're talking
Oxbow
about?
by Waxahachie. I don't know. I don't really like Waxahachie that much, but that's the first track on the newest album. It's actually pretty good.
That's
I like
cool.
it. Also got a Rebecca Black song on there.
I didn't even see that.
on there.
Self-Sabotage. Sick.
Self-Sabotage. That song rules. If you guys don't know about RB Rebecca Black, then get familiar.
Get with the program.
I forget what the hell else I put on this damn thing. Oh, no. My favorite one that I put on there is Enrail, Heart-Shaped Brain.
There it is.
Enrail rules. Vapor's Future.
Hell yeah.
But that was not a paid advertisement, so that was
No,
paid,
Enrail
but
did not pay
it was
me for
already
that.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get this.
We could get into that though. We could get into some pay for play stuff. I could see us.
Yeah, if you guys want to
Yeah, just let us
Terrible.
know.
get on the play,
Let us know what you're into, and
we'll just have our old payola scandal, just the Neo Gaia payola.
Yep.
there we
Why
go. That's
not?
a little bit better there.
So Mark, you've been awfully quiet. Why don't you talk about your picks?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll talk about those.
Eddie said they're making vegan curry right now for us in our honor.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Oh, see it.
Thank you, see Snow Leopard.
That's
Snow
cute. It's like Snow
Leopard.
Leopard as an old Mac OS X code name. There was Leopard, then there was Snow Leopard. Back when they were doing big cats like Panther,
Yeah.
Tiger, Lion, etc. Anyway, go ahead.
To answer your question, yes, we are doing a third Neo Gaia tour, and your money is going straight towards it. So thank you.
2027. Yep.
Yeah. So this is a
Oh, thank you, Eugenio
Eugenio.
Battaglia.
yeah. I need you
Oh,
guys
they
to
did
read for me.
66.
I can't
The
read
number
anymore.
of the beast.
Oh
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I do appreciate Satan and the number of the beast, definitely.
Thank you.
But yeah, so these donations, this is a transparent situation. So eventually, all of this data will be in a more sort of organized place where everyone can see, and we might even have a thermometer where we're going to have different levels that we have to hit to pay for the things that we need to do while we're in Japan. Because we don't make a whole lot of money when we're there, so most of it is out of pocket, and then the rest is basically merch sales, and then like one or two kind of big anchor shows. But it's really a passion project more than anything else about cultural exchange. So yeah, these aren't just disappearing into some void, and then we're gonna buy a bunch of rare vapor tapes with them or something like that. So yeah, we're gonna formalize this in a way, but all of this data is being tracked. So all of your contributions have been so generous. Thank you so much. Did Mark have a chance to talk about his picks yet?
Oh no, I'll talk about that now. The first one I put on there was Aesthetic Error by Sayo Himebu, and they're actually an artist that played with us at both Neo Gaia tours in Japan, and it's just totally crazy, so kind of post vaporwave maximalist stuff. Like, it's pretty crazy way to start the playlist, actually.
Yeah, he is like a madman genius, I would say.
Yeah, just mind-blowing stuff, and I was just blown away to be playing alongside them 2 years in a row, which was just so cool.
Yeah, that live show was at the Circus Tokyo set
Sayo
specifically.
Himebu is incredible.
Yeah,
incredible art.
They you may know them from their Plus 100 release, I guess, a gift from the Neon
Arizona
Planet.
Tea God, thank you so much.
Arizona Tea
Ooh,
God.
thanks.
Yeah.
420.
Olive Garden shows.
Olive
I like
Garden.
that idea.
All right, so I'm gonna...
What else did I put on there?
You put on.
Oh yeah, Takuwami. This is a really awesome Japanese artist who maybe inspired R23X for me. I found them on SoundCloud years ago, and just recently discovered that they put out a massively long album called 31, and just sort of unceremoniously on Spotify. I highly recommend listening to them. They're just really, really awesome beats.
Yeah, that song rules. Also,
Yeah.
I think Trash Ghost, shout out. How do you say it? Seo Haimi Boo? I don't know how to say it.
Say
did I
yo,
pronounce
hi, may, boo, I guess.
Seo
What did I
Haimi.
say?
They're on BizCash as well.
Oh, BizCash. Okay.
Yeah, they're around
If
a lot
not,
of places.
Yeah.
But they were there representing New Masterpiece, which is a Japanese electronic label that they do some vapor adjacent stuff, and you'll get to hear from Hitachtronics, their label head. Stay tuned after the stream for Neo Gaia Legend, the movie.
Call that a
where you can
plug.
learn, you can learn all about New Masterpiece. I got to jump out to get some coffee real quick, so you guys just talk about yourself.
I'm going to talk about James's picks. He came back. No, I'm just kidding. Kevin, you picked that song "Lazy Nina," which rules. Greg something, Fillinganes or something. I've never heard that song.
So basically, when you've gotten to my position, you're out of Steely Dan to listen to. You know, I've listened to all of the Steely Dan there is possible to listen to, and I'm out. So I started, kind of like looking into other stuff that Donald Fagen from Steely Dan has written, and that was probably the best song that he's written for another artist, in my opinion. It's so good. It's got the classic. Got the classic Steely Dan smoothness, really interesting instrumentation.
It's like a deep dive into dad rock.
I love the line where he says, like, I've seen 1,000 children sing, and I've seen a sunset in Japan, and it just seems like totally funny because I've not seen 1,000 children sing. I have seen the sunset in Japan, so I can kind of relate to Greg Fillinganes. I thought that it was kind of aesthetically a good part of the playlist. So
it is.
I also put one of my favorite studio songs on the new Soda Resort Journey, his newest album, Taipei Girl. I believe that has a feature from Crystal Cola, who is also on the Local Visions label and is also fantastic.
Do you think that Type A Girl is like a pun on a Type A girl?
I didn't think about that.
Probably not.
Man, with both of us on this stream, no one is safe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had not listened to that Studio album though until you put that song in the playlist, and then I did, and then it turns out that the second to last track, which I can't remember the name of right now, fucking rules, and it's like my favorite song.
I've been evangelizing Studio for like 2 years. I participated in a Tad Shennington video about it.
I've been listening to Port Island EP. I listened to that.
That's a great album.
Okay, you just hadn't heard the new one.
Heck, are you talking about Asian Coke Light?
Yes.
I can't listen to that song without bawling. It just it brings me back to the last tour at Oto Hatoba, like that last show he played. He played that song, and it was on the Onironaut compilation.
Thank you. Donating for Smug Duck.
Yes.
Thank you for donating
for Smug Duck.
Smug Duck is also Smug Duck is a character.
And that last track I put on there, Stardust Go Home. I'm really excited that they added the Henri catalog to U.S. Spotify because it's been totally absent for years, and Henri's one of the great city pop, goddesses.
Found it.
And I believe that song was sampled by Telepath on one of his sample-based mixtapes. But that's been a favorite of mine for a while. Stardust Go Home.
We got Henri fan in the chat. Lil Liam. Shout out to Lil Liam.
Quentin QQ's calling out that beautiful compilation from Local Visions that we were all happy to participate in, which you'll get to hear more about in Neo Gaia Legend, the movie.
Aeronaut's awesome, and I think I need to repress that tape. I feel like nobody got a chance to get one because it sold so fast in Japan. So.
That's the one with like the crazy awesome cover art, right?
Yeah, here,
the art is super cool on it.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring it up, why don't you?
Yeah.
Just head on to the Local Visions Bandcamp because it's a great place to be. Yeah, this one right here.
Damn, this thing works so well. It's awesome.
I know, isn't this cool? Look,
If
is
you
it
were
named?
doing it on a real
Oh,
FM
yeah.
Smarty,
Oh.
this would not be loading this fast. It would take a long time to load.
Yeah, I don't think there would be a lot of color either.
that cursor
Geokun
floating-
YT says reveal the album, but we did reveal the album already. It's out. It's been out since Thursday. Check out the 100% Electronica website, and you will see the album. It has been revealed.
Hey, Nagy Jimmy.
It looks like
What's up,
pornography.
Nagy?
Disk drive.
Yeah, so again, if you go to 100%electronica.com and you go to music, boom, there it is, right there.
Right there. It's right there.
And you can learn a little bit about it, but you'll learn a lot more about it if you stay tuned after the stream for Neo Gaia Legend, the movie.
It's an entire movie about us.
So, and just one other
It's crazy.
note about the movie is that the chat will be live during it. So everyone's going to be seeing it for the first time. I will be watching it in its entirety, really for the first time, since like the first cut or whatever. And we'll all be in the chat and we'll all talk about it and we'll try to respond to you as much as we can. But I'm going to hop out of browser mode here.
Get our faces big again.
Yeah,
there
there
we
we
go.
Farplane says, if y'all know your mixtapes are going to sell out and resell at a high price, what keeps you from increasing the original price? A conscience? Yeah.
Yes.
A conscience. We're not scumbags. I mean, I want people to have easy access to my music, and I would like to keep my prices as affordable as I can, where, you know, like we can all make money from it, and you get a nice vinyl record for, you know, $22 or whatever. So I think that if we sell out the first run of Neo Gaia Legend vinyl, we'll certainly get another press ready.
It's about. I was just gonna say it's about spread. It's about reach.
Thank you, Open Road 1.
Oh, that's my dad.
Road 1.
That's
Thank
my
you.
dad. Thanks,
Aw,
Dad.
Dad.
Oh, that's so
Can we get-
cool.
Let's put a dad in the chat. Dad in the chat for James's
Yeah,
dad.
can we see dads in the chat for my dad?
Yeah.
Just dads in the chat.
There we go. There are the dads.
There's the.
Chat
There we
out to
go.
See
Dad.
that,
Dads in
Dad?
the chat.
Some
Or
good dads
this
in
way?
there.
This way? Yeah, right down there. That's all for you. Love you, Mom.
Wow.
Love you, Dad. Thanks for watching.
No daddies though. Just
No
Yeah,
daddies, just Dad.
I love this too. I saw a little bit of, I don't know what it was from, but I saw a little bit of parent bashing in the chat earlier, and I wanted to shut that shit down as soon as I can, because these parents are just the best.
Kevin is
you
out
know?
for blood
Like,
today. I don't know if it's because he doesn't have a shirt on, but
Yeah.
he is taking no prisoners.
Oh, you're wearing a shirt. I thought you weren't wearing any clothes actually for this stream.
Thought that's what we do.
We might get more donations if you do, or you don't.
Yeah. Well, we got the Neo Gaia OnlyFans to solve that problem, so.
Yeah, that'll be our bathhouse edition. That'll come up when the next tour starts. OnlyFans account. You can subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Nude tech.
New tech.
New
Yeah.
tech.
Generate new tech.
Oh, A is playing. Here, let me skip this one. Ugh. We want to tech songs.
Oh, come on.
I
We
actually skipped it.
We definitely did go to a bathhouse all together, so we've seen each other naked.
I
That-
did not.
that is
I've
true.
still not seen. I've never
Tech
seen.
hasn't.
I've never seen their peens.
Well, that'll be on the next
Who all was
stream,
Who all
so-
was there for Naked Time? I think it was just us three at that point. Yeah, it was at
Yeah.
Hoka Poka
It's
Village.
just us three. That's
Well, it was the
right.
place we were staying.
Truly a Neo Gaia fantasy.
The place we were. So nudity is not a big deal in Asia the way that it's a big deal here, and it's like dudes take baths together and it's chill. And the place that we were staying, literally the only way that you could take a shower is just in a big room with a big soaking tub and some shower heads and then little stools and little things to wash yourself on, and then you soak in the tub and then you're done. You know, it's no big deal. We're all
So
cool guys.
the concept behind the Japanese soaking tubs is that you essentially shower first, so you're totally clean before you get in the tub. You know, so there's no like germ concerns or like, you know, oh my god, I'm getting in the tub with some dirty person. It's like everybody has been cleaned first, and then you get in the tub, and then you soak, and then you take another little quick wash off to get the sweat. You generate
you take a second shower.
There's kind of like a cycle, like you do like a sauna, a shower, a soak, and then another shower, and then you repeat the cycle as many times as you need to.
That's a lot.
Yeah, Aggro Craggy said it's kind of like a hot tub, and that's exactly correct. I actually...
Is it though? Because hot tubs like bleach your hair off kind of thing.
Well, there's chlorine, yeah.
But I work at a Japanese house museum, actually. It's like a 17th century style Japanese house. And we have like a very, very traditional bathhouse in it that's all made out of hinoki wood. And there actually is a soaking tub. And like part of our tour is like, you get clean, then you soak in the tub. It's been like that for hundreds of years in Japan. And that sort of situation was really only for the really rich and powerful in like the 17th century. To have like your own bathtub was kind of a big deal. So like people were mostly using public baths in Japan, all the way up through the Meiji Restoration. Sorry, we're kind of in the weeds here, but
I don't
kind of in the weeds.
I don't have a bathtub. I still don't.
You'll find this is a common theme with our podcast. As James is like the president, Japanese history.
Something's coming.
Teacher.
Oh, curry.
Oh.
The Yeti back at it again.
Yeah.
No, let's put it
in with the most aesthetic donations. Shout out to Coco Ichibanya.
Why don't we take a step back here, and Mark, why don't you? Some people might not be familiar with the Yeti, but I think that it's worth mentioning who they are and why they keep donating to us.
Oh yeah, the Yeti and the Yeti Records. I am an art director at Yeti Records, and we make a bunch of awesome video game stuff. Like we do soundtracks for video games, we do action figures, we do T-shirts, we do all kinds of stuff. And
they're not paying for this plug, but
oh yeah, right. Sorry, this is an ad now.
But it's cool. No, I'm showing their site. Yeah,
I actually have
employed with the Yeti. Like, is that your actual job?
Oh, look at that!
Yeah. I have the coolest day job in the world. I work for the Yeti, and I think Glenn O'Neill, who runs the Yeti. I think he's probably making these donations, and huge shout out to Glenn. Thanks, man. It's so awesome you're watching.
Glenn, you're the best. We love you.
If anybody on here also
postcard, really here, that was like very heartfelt, and I was having kind of a bad day when I got the postcard, and it totally like changed my day. And yeah.
Oh yeah, we just dropped this VAPERROR variant last week, and I think there's only like a few left. It's like a tricolor vinyl. Yeah, it's super awesome.
It looks sick, yeah.
It's almost sold out now. We did limited to 100 copies, so yeah.
Mark and I have a product for sale on the Yeti.com. We've got our Molotovich just reminded us that the airship theme 12-inch has finally shipped. So thank you all for payment through the pre-order that we expected to get out a lot sooner, but the COVID-19 stuff happened, and we got it a little later than expected, but it's shipping out now. So there's
having trouble finding it here.
Dang.
Oh, there it is.
Got it. There it is.
It's now shipping.
We're also both on that latest the Chrono Trigger compilation that you put together, Mark. Why don't you talk about that for a sec?
Yeah, like a couple months ago, we released something called Guardia, the X-Strike Sessions, which is the second in a series called the X Series, where we're doing a 10-inch record with cover songs and reinterpretations of classic video games, and each record is themed after a game. So last year we did Star Fox, this year we did Chrono Trigger, and we have a lot of people on it, like Smooth McGroove, Lena Rain, and Equip, and myself, and Slime Girls, and they're super fun. And I think there's only a handful of those left. The front cover is actually animated lenticular, so
it's really cool. And
check
Mark,
it out. Yeah,
you're behind the series. You curated the series.
That is true. Yes, and the artwork.
I think a lot of people don't know that, but like this is your little baby here, the X X series. So
Huge shout out to Materia Collective for helping us work out the whole like mechanical licensing for doing cover albums. Sebastian Their Rules. Drew Wise does all the covers for them, and they look great.
Drew did an amazing job on the lenticular cover. It's so cool to hold in real life and like move back and forth, and it's amazing. For those of you not familiar, Drew Wise did art for both Mark and I. He's done the Katamari Fantasy art for Mark, and he did the Synthetic Core 88. Was kind of our collaborative work that we developed together. Drew developed the story and the fake screenshots and the artwork for Synthetic Core 88. So he's an integral part of the Equip world.
We love you, Drew, if you're here somewhere out in the internet.
Mark, you also run a website where you just show pictures of gamer shoes. Is that right?
Oh, this is a new thing.
Can you link that in the chat, Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is, if anybody, I really want people to submit to this. It's a Tumblr, and I post pictures of crazy shoes.
Liam, thank you so much.
Liam,
Thanks.
you.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you
for the $12.
Oh.
It's always weird when I see like donations on other streams. I like always think when they're like thank you so much. I'm always like, do they really mean it? And then like and then it happens now, and I'm like, how do I convey that I mean it?
Please believe me, I'm thankful.
Here's your new page.
Oh yeah, if anybody knows if you Google image search like video game shoes, you just get like where to buy the Sonic shoes at Foot Locker, and I was like, I want to like celebrate awesome video game shoes, so I made a Tumblr a while ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ice Choir.
Thank you very much. The Ice Choir rules. Really awesome guy who makes really awesome music. I'm gonna put the Ice Choir on the playlist next week.
Nice.
Because I got super into that.
So, Mark, would you like to talk about any of these? I recognize these as being Akira Toriyama, just right off the rip. That design.
It's like the thing there, like Cell would wear casually.
Everything looks
Android
like
18.
Oh yeah.
Now, I kind of like the Krakow toes at the end of this here, kind of curling up just ever so slightly.
You get blisters in that.
Oh yeah, and these. Give me a break.
Mark, this idea.
These seem a little impractical to me. Just saying.
It's you suffer for fashion or whatever, you know. You want to look good. Those shoes.
Now Tech knows these.
Those are your shoes.
Is that Noctis or something?
Yeah, those are definitely Noctis.
Okay, yeah.
You can tell from his weird.
Did you get Bayonetta there, Mark? With the gun boots.
Oh, see, cool. I'm missing a lot of like low-hanging fruit here. Like, so if anybody like, I opened up submissions. You can go there and submit.
I think I will.
But I'm trying to make a mental list. You're right. Shoes with guns in them. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta do.
You know, that's why we have to take off our shoes when we go to the airport. Actually, is because of shoes with guns in them. And that's
because of Bayonetta.
Because of
Platinum Games, thank you.
This is already pretty extensive.
I put a lot of time into it, like for a month, 2 years ago.
I can't tell if you're proud of that or not. Exactly. You're just like, yeah, I put a lot of time into it. Yeah. That's how I feel about this stream. No, just kidding.
I don't think I'm proud of. I mean, no, I'm not proud of it yet. I will be soon.
So there are people asking questions here. I think concept art is fine, but I kind of like the real time stuff too.
Yeah, I was leaning towards concept art, but screen caps are cool
the
too.
more detailed, the better.
Yeah, just like it. I've got some submission guidelines on the site, actually. So
awesome.
Scope it out.
Yeah, so definitely make sure not to miss that. So what was that URL once again? Can we just send it to the chat real quick? Someone in the chat?
Link in the chat.
I don't know how to get there. I'm
Tech,
so
are
far away.
you doing it? You said
No, I don't know the link.
I'll take
Tumblr.com.
All right.
I can't be in charge of this, guys. There it is. Someone did it.
Okay.
Who did it?
Hey,
Sad Weeb. Thank you, Sad Weeb, once again.
You got us, fam.
Our first deputized moderator. DS
Thank you,
dude.
DS. Aw.
And you get,
Thank you very much.
and you're the big winner because you got my pruning gif. Which was my very, very important.
Is he swinging a chainsaw?
Yeah, it's really intense.
It's like a bush
dangerous
pruner.
Yeah, it's a very old sort of situation.
Yeah. I can't believe that was your contribution.
It's like I said, it's been a long week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't even know.
James is very tired.
Well, and the real tragedy, and I'm just going to be a martyr here for a second. None of it's a tragedy because this is work I love doing. These are my best friends. All I think about is going back to Japan. I want to move to Japan. I have a heart in Japan. My soul yearns for the rocky shores of Kyushu, for the mountain sunrises in Honshu, for the icy plains of Hokkaido. I need it. So
see, when you talk
really
like
don't...
that, I assume you would have done like a GIF of Japan or Final Fantasy 11, but not a guy swinging a lawnmower. I don't know. I don't.
I really just kind of reached my limit today. I've really hit that wall right now. Everyone's getting. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Please. Oh. Hey, why don't we actually take a fun moment here to talk just briefly about our backgrounds for people wondering, because I know there are probably some questions about Tex, because they probably recognize that. I'm, of course, in Ronford from Final Fantasy XI, for people who know that that's the greatest of all the Final Fantasy games. Kevin is in a piece of Keith Rankin artwork from, was that the LP for You Dream of Palace in the Sky?
That it is.
Which is excellent and beautiful. Mark, of course, is in front of the Neo Gaia Phantasy artwork, which is featured on that beautiful LP, available now from 100% Electronica. And Tech, why don't you tell us about that? Because I've always wondered about that.
This is the shrimp crown. Apparently thank you.
Oh, it's Ham. Oh, what is up,
Thank you very much.
All the way from LV. Thank you so much, Matt. We love you very much.
But yeah, the shrimp crown is a real crown that is awarded to the queen. Yeah, I think it's the queen, not the princess. The queen of the Louisiana Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. That is a very real festival in Louisiana that's actually called the Shrimp and Petroleum Festival.
Jeez.
And so that's you can Google that. That's the crown they give you if you win queen. That year. There it is. Petroleum.
Fraggle says they don't have that in Japan.
Apt.
James, you're gonna miss out on the Shrimp and Petroleum Festival if you move.
Yeah, you'll never be able to experience that.
Let me just open this image in a new tab here. There we go.
Wow. Wow.
Look, they're wearing the shrimp crown.
Got the crown.
They got it on.
Oh my God.
This is the future of tech. The future of tech. This is before
That's me. That's me and my chalice.
So I saw Lil Liam in the chat said that they're playing Final Fantasy XI currently. Gotta know, what server are you playing on? I'm on Shiva. If anyone plays, I don't play actively, but I always keep my account active because I need to know that I can go there if I need to. Zero, of course, yeah. That's where everyone plays. They got high population.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just playing. I don't even know what the server distributions are looking like these days. But yeah, if you ever want to hang out, I'm on Shiva. Formerly Alexander, but they merged the servers. You know how that goes. I'm loving having this guy up here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's like a mascot.
Look at this content that we're just pumping out right now.
Shrimp and petroleum.
The mask.
Yeah, both. Yeah, thank you, fine art.
Wow, thank you so much.
That's my mom.
Jeez,
thank you so much, Mom.
Aww. Can we get moms in the chat?
Thanks, Mom.
Mom's in the chat.
Love you, Mom. Real talk, my mom and dad they flew to Japan to see us play 2 shows in 2018 for the Neo Gaia Fantasy Tour. So they're Neo Gaia Fantasy OGs. So
there was this weird moment where like both James's and Kevin's parents were in Japan at the same time while we were in Japan.
It was super cool. I got to spend an entire day with my mom and dad. I got to give them a little tour of Kyoto. We went to Ginkakuji and I don't even remember at this point, but Ginkakuji was the big thing. I have a picture of me and my dad actually up on my dresser right now of us hanging out at Ginkakuji. But yeah, it was really surreal to be walking down a street in Kyoto, like already like a week and a half, 2 weeks into the tour, like really in the mode, in the I'm in Japan zone. And then it's just your mom like, hi! You're like, oh my god, mom, what are you doing here? This is Japan.
It's like a dream. That's weird.
Yeah, but they were
like,
I was just
when
gonna say,
you're like a little kid and you see your teacher at the mall.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Very, very much like that. But yeah, they were planning a trip to Italy or something, and I was like, guys, you should just go to Japan. Japan is the coolest place ever. You love it. You have to go there. So, Kevin's dad actually spoke a little Japanese though, right? Because he used to work for Mitsubishi or something.
Yeah, my dad worked for Mitsubishi, and he's been taking Japanese classes for the past, I think, 4 or 5 years now. So he's actually like pretty good and conversational, and he just passed the first the
N5.
I don't remember the first like certification. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you know James.
Yes.
He passed the N5.
Pretty sure I met your parents the first time in Japan, even though I've been to Chicago several times. That felt kind of weird.
Yeah, James Webster was up in the chat. Let's see. Let's see W's for James Webster. Hey, Josh in Colorado, we're glad that you're buying George Clanton's music. We're going to see everything that's coming through that store on this stream. George Clanton, obviously hosting us, obviously putting out the record, obviously is involved in all of our careers in one way or another. Big supporter of the scene, big supporter of Neo Gaia. We love you, George. Thank you so much for giving us this platform.
We love you, George.
To just weeb out together in our situation.
When did you realize that like teachers had like regular lives? They were like regular ass adults.
I still don't.
I still don't. Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Well, you see them at like Kroger or whatever.
They live there.
Yeah. I had an art professor in college that was like a server at a restaurant, and
Whoa.
I wasn't sure if it was an art, like a performance art project, but it sort of was like, it definitely like made me start thinking more deeply about that, like what do they do in the summer kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was like first year university. I think it might have been an art project. I'm honestly not sure. Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, go ahead, James.
Well, I was just gonna say once when I was a real young boy, and my parents, I know they're watching, might remember this story. We went to Casa La Pita, which was this Mexican restaurant in Dayton, Ohio, that was very, very yummy. And our server was like the host of the like local TV station's like kids morning show thing, and I'm just like, wait, you're like that dude from TV? He's like, yeah, don't tell anyone. I'm like,
I was.
It's like the episode of Ren and Stimpy where the kid walks in on them like in the bathroom, like taking a shower and like taking a dump, and he's like, that's not what cartoons do, and he starts hyperventalating. Anyone remember that?
I don't remember that one.
Anyway, Tech, were you saying something?
I was just thinking
go back
that,
here.
sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, hey. That's the king. I wonder if his crown is the same as her crown.
Well, let's take a look. It looks to be the same to me.
I think it's the same.
They're the same.
Yeah.
They're probably made out of plastic too.
Look how glorious it looks, though. Like, look at the picture where it's holding
Pretty
up.
Cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of looks like a good time. I'm not gonna like. It really does. Wow.
Maybe, but you're combining shrimp and petroleum into one festival. What the hell are you doing? Like,
Why did you make that your profile picture again?
why wouldn't I?
That's fair. I think you did tweet about this. You made a poll whether or not you wanted to change it.
Yeah, but it was actually in favor of it was 69%.
What?
Dude.
What is that number?
120% said keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So I had to keep it. I couldn't not. I don't know what I would have changed it to, so I don't even know what I was doing. I was just shooting my shot. That's not
You should commission like an oil painting of it for your wall, like full wall size.
Wow. That is an idea.
All right.
Anyway.
So look, y'all. All right, look. Here's
Yeah.
here's the rub. Okay, so I think we keep going for another 15, 20, 30 minutes here. That'll put us at about an hour and a half for the stream. And then we can jump right into the doc, which is about 50 minutes long. And then that'll probably be good for the night. So is there anything on the, if everyone checks their agendas, is there anything that you wanted to talk about? We've just been sort of freeform here. But is there anything specific that,
What do we have on the agenda?
How heated do you want to get with this agenda? Because
Well,
I got some controversial, spicy topics.
you're feeling pretty wily, so I would love to see you just kind of go off a little bit and see the chat's reaction to that. I think would be a lot of fun.
Okay, well, today I was on Reddit, checking out
First
the
mistake.
vaporwave.
Yeah.
Yeah, first mistake, really. I really wanted to check on the to see what people were saying about our vinyl, because I do that sometimes. You know, that's like about the only time I'll go onto Reddit is to see what people are saying about like a new drop or whatever. And I saw. I don't do it for narcissism. Strictly research and development. So there's a couple of people posting about having vinyl made at kunaki.com, and people are basically making vaporwave bootlegs through Kunaki, and I don't think I would have even given it a second thought if I hadn't seen Jordan's Groceries, his first Groceries album on there being bootlegged. And I was gonna make the mistake of commenting on
Falcon
Thank
4,
you, Falcon 4.
incredible.
Oh my God.
Wow, and that
Holy
number
crap,
is
really... Wow. Please repress I'll Try Living Like This.
I would love to repress I'll Try Living Like
Are you guys
This.
gonna do it or what?
Not on
can't
cassette, probably ever, but definitely there will be a second vinyl pressing at some point, because as it stands, there were 1,000 vinyl that were made, and that's all that exists in this world. One pressing, one edition. So we would love to do that again. So thank you so much. Please look forward to that.
Okay, so back to the Yes We're Open bootleg. I did what every good Samaritan would do, and I sent it to Jordan. I was like, "Yo, do you know about this?" And Jordan was sad. He was disappointed. So, I mean, there you have it. You've got people. You've got people bootlegging other people's art, and basically justifying it by saying like, "Oh, well, if the artist isn't doing it, then I'm entitled to own this vinyl." And
so is Kunaki just one-offs, or are they selling a bunch of them, or what's the deal?
I mean, the way that the website's set up, you can order as little as 5 records from them for $30 a pop.
Okay.
Or you can, order a lot of them, and they allow you to sell on there. And I think they've got very little in the ways of checking to make sure that you actually own the files. And I'm not having my stuff bootlegged on there, so I don't really have too much to say. But there's a St. Pepsi hit Vibes is being bootlegged.
Yeah, I saw that.
Esperate Summer Night is being bootlegged, and the Groceries album is being bootlegged. And I mean, I asked Jordan what he thought about it, and it disappointed him. So just keep that in mind. Next time you feel entitled to own a physical object that an artist has made, but they haven't offered to the market. You know, like it's not your art. So that's all I wanted to say about it. I don't know. How do you guys feel about like
Kevin's soapbox?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. So, for instance, like I don't mind personal bootlegs. Like if somebody wanted to,
six sheets.
Oh,
Thank you so much. If somebody wanted to take their equip files that they bought on Bandcamp or whatever and like dub a tape or whatever of it, like I don't care. You know, that's fine. Go for it. But I saw more than just personal bootleg making on the subreddit. I saw people like selling it to other people, which just feels very wrong to me.
That seems like the part that I don't know that I can get down on. But I don't know. I feel like if there's some service that allows you to make a vinyl record like a bootleg for yourself, isn't it basically the same thing as somebody just making their own cassette?
I mean, yeah, you could throw up that argument for sure.
I think just one. But then if you try and sell one, that's...
Well, you gotta make 5. That's the minimum.
Well, who would want to buy that anyway? You know, it's like, you want this hit vibes that I made on some shitty website? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Who wants that shit? Get it out of here. Get the real stuff. Come on.
For true.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel conflicted about it because I want easy access to music, and I want people to always be able to buy and support my stuff and all my friends' stuff, but just like judging from like the reaction that I got from Jordan, like he was just like, I don't know, he wasn't happy with it. So like, what does that tell you? You know, like what if you guys signed on there and you saw like one of your DDS albums that's being distributed and pressed through Kunaki without any of your input whatsoever? You know, like somebody's taking it upon themselves to press your music on vinyl. Like, I don't know, how does that make you feel?
If people were selling it, then I would be a little more frustrated, but I can see doing one. But I guess if you have to make 5, it gets kind of weird, unless you have four of your closest buddies.
I mean, that's basically what's going down. So like in the grand scheme of things, it's not totally evil, because it's usually about 5 or 6 people that like are all kind of pitching in the $30 that it takes to get it made. But I don't know. The whole thing makes me feel weird.
It's a little gray.
It's a gray area.
It's like Qui-Gon. It is a little gray.
Qui-Gon Jinn, the Gandalf.
Yeah, so let's talk about Qui-Gon real quick. So Qui-Gon is a gray Jedi because he does not follow the will of the Jedi Council. He doesn't believe in a pure light side, dark side situation because, of course, as we all know, only Sith Lords deal in absolutes. So in many ways, you know, it's really sad that his wife was taken.
I feel like it would be sad anyway, right?
Well, yeah. There's a lot that's said about Qui-Gon.
So, did you guys hear like Dave Filoni, who did the Mandalorian and the Clone Wars? His like recent quote on Qui-Gon was that basically he was like one of the more pure Jedis because he wasn't on the council and he wasn't involved in politics. And he basically wanted to keep the Jedi tradition like as pure as possible, which is like caring about people. And the Jedi Council had kind of like forgotten about what made them.
One might even say a Jedi is encouraged to love.
One might even say that Jedi like to let Qui-Gons be Qui-Gon.
Oh my god. This is an just shout out for a sec here to Bambuda, an artist who currently works at Lego. She did an official art card for Star Wars, and she mailed this to me because I'm a huge Qui-Gon fan as well. So shout out to Bambuda.
I thought that one might get you going there, Mark. And I love that you had that just ready to go. This was not on the agenda.
It's just on the corner. I have it right by my computer. I look at it every day.
And so this is the kind of content that you can expect to get from us week after week, where we know each other and we love each other so much. This is like, you know what? I'm going to say something about Qui-Gon, and within literally like 5 seconds, there's Mark with a beautiful, piece of art of Qui-Gon, just ready to show us. Oh wow, look at this one over here. This is what I'm talking about.
Qui-Gon is so cool.
Qui-Gon scene.
And and a lot of people, think that Qui-Gon and Darth Maul are like wasted characters, but like that's why episode 1 is so sick, because you get these one-off characters. Like, he's got a green lightsaber, dude. Like,
awesome.
It's so
is Qui-Gon in Rise of Skywalker?
What?
They might as well have been.
I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker.
No, he's not. I don't know what this image is from. This is probably some.
What the fuck is this image?
You hear his voice at the end.
Oh yeah, right. He's technically in it. They sample him.
Yeah. Sorry,
we're not going to talk. We're not.
The window of Star Wars spoilers has lapsed.
We're definitely not going to talk about Kevin and I's views on the new trilogy right now.
I'll save that for another.
Yeah.
Because we should get into that. I have some very valid talking points.
Would that get hot? Would that get heated?
It would get heated.
So heated.
Even over texting, there have been words exchanged.
Wow.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
okay. All right.
Silent Mark over there is on my side. I just gotta say.
Tech is definitely Tech is on my side. He understands.
Yeah.
He understands.
He hasn't seen the movie.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That's the point. That's the point. That's the viewpoint. It really just doesn't matter.
But okay, we'll talk about it on another dedicated episode.
Your kids' movie.
We should have like a virtual boxing match between James and Kevin. I don't know.
But we'll save that for the sequel. So I'm getting pretty tired here, guys. And we got like an hour of this movie to go through. So I mean, unless there's something you really, really want to talk about, I think we should start thinking about turning this over.
Does anybody in the chat have any questions that are worth answering?
Yeah, we can do some
worth answering.
Some.
You're gonna waste my fucking time.
Qui-Gon face as best as they can.
Right. He looks. What's the word? Consternation. Is that what I'm thinking of here? He looks like there's consternation going on.
How did you guys get so handsome?
It's like fine wine, aging like fine wine over here.
Snips and snails and puppy dog tails.
I can't keep track of the chat. There's too many questions.
Going too fast.
I'm not rude.
Someone mentioned Knower. The band Knower is
why
awesome.
I'm rude.
I love the band Knower.
Which plays the rude character on Twitter, but he's not actually rude.
I'm not actually rude. I just play one on TV.
Tech, I gotta admit, I muted you at one point a long, long time ago before I knew you.
Oh, wow.
Now that is a reveal.
It was a temporary mute, and then I realized that it was, and then I realized who you were. So.
Wow. I totally get it. If somebody muted me, I'd be like, yeah, no, that seems right. Yeah.
I mute a lot of people.
Someone asked about the new Dynamic Shroud album, and they said, "What is it like?" And whichever respond, "What isn't it like?" No, so it's a little darker. It's definitely sprawling. There's definitely some singing on it, like there has been in the past, and some music that's real sample heavy, some music that's not so sample heavy. Like we'll maybe get some features locked down. Like this is gonna be a very big deal. So
I think there's a lot of fast songs on it, but I might be wrong.
No, there definitely we've been doing some fast stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, please prepare yourself for the darkness.
The band The Darkness.
No, we're not talking about them.
Here's a very important question from Daffodil. Is Keith going to be on it? I think everyone wants to know this.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. August River, thank you so
100%.
much.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank you, August River.
With love,
August
easy.
River.
That's really cool.
I hope
Oh,
we
yeah.
haven't missed any
Thank
of
you so
any
much.
thank yous.
I've been trying to keep, but we missed the very first one. Whoever that was,
I
I'm
know.
so sorry.
Thank you, Mansoon.
Please come to Japan again.
This Qui-Gon Jinn collectible. There's some gamer shoes there.
Oh, well,
Qui-Gon was definitely
Totally.
a gamer.
I don't want to do like movie or franchise games.
No.
Yeah. You know, then it's a Star Wars thing. Then
Look at his eyes.
I'm
he
giving
looks
it.
really sad.
I'm giving this about 5 more minutes here. So, any other questions
Right.
that you guys feel worth answering, quote unquote, in text words here? Let me just say real quick. So, we're going to be doing this every week. Every week. So
Tuesday,
get ready for that.
Tuesday.
Yeah, much
You're gonna
today.
get so sick of us, it's not even funny.
But
Yeah.
but the FM Towns Marty thing, like, we're gonna have different UIs, different graphical user interfaces for you to explore. We're just gonna bring you into our virtual desktop experience. That's what it's all about here. So I know that there's been some talk about OS 2, Mac OS 7, which is a big favorite of mine. You still get those white menu bars with that beautiful rainbow apple. So please look forward to that. But
Ixchel asked, "Are y'all Team Clarith or Team Clody?"
oh, B
Which
says
means-
goodnight. Goodnight, B. We
Hey,
love
whoa, whoa.
B. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Which means, do you ship Aerith and Cloud, or do you ship Tifa and Cloud? And gun to your head.
Tifa.
Zach and Cloud.
Tifa. The answer is Tifa because
Sephiroth.
Tifa.
because if you know about Aerith and if you really
Sorry,
know her
Shah.
character, you know that she doesn't belong with Cloud, and that it's just it's like aesthetically people know the characters and they're like but it's like no, like did you play the game? Because like especially the remake, is they really give her like a very potent personality, and it's like clearly this is not Cloud would not be able to stand this. I don't think he need.
I think Cloud is a furry, and I think he prefers cat sheet.
I don't think that's true, Kevin. That's not canon.
I mean, believe
You-
what you want.
You've 100%ed the game, right? So you would know tech.
Yeah, I know for sure.
All right, so
Not in there.
we got a
Are they
countdown.
gonna
We got
put cat sheet in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2? I'm assuming they're not in Part 1.
They are.
They are?
But that's all we can say. As we're wrapping up the stream here.
yeah. I've never played Chrono Trigger. I'm sorry
I
to
saw
say.
some good questions in there. Someone
Oh,
asked
shit.
about costumes. Someone asked, I think it was Rogue Cash asked, where's a costume will DDS and R23X follow on the next Neo Gaia tour?
We wear black
I-
turtlenecks. We dress like Steve Jobs. That's our costume.
Yeah,
That's kind of a
Wow.
costume, yeah.
black turtlenecks, yeah.
I may dye my hair teal eventually. It's my
Well,
life goal at this
Mark,
point.
you had a costume at Electronica, didn't you? You had your
That's true.
steampunk goggles and your teal hair.
Oh yeah.
I've worn costumes on stream before, like
True.
on Artsy Music, and I have a DJ set tomorrow on ID3 FM at 3 p.m. PST.
Better dig that teal wig out.
I might wear the wig. So
Awesome.
Yeah, there have been a few times where I've definitely worn face paint, like like some kind of juggalo kind of. So that has happened.
It's
It
more
was
like
it was
more
ghoul
like
paint.
it was more like the guy from Keith Flint from Prodigy.
Yeah, exactly. That was the idea. But
Yeah.
it might have come off juggalo-esque. I'm not sure.
Corpse
I think-
Paint James.
Mark, you need to wear
Yes, of course,
your Coco Ichibanya employee cosplay outfit.
oh,
next
I gotta find that shirt. Actually, I have something better though.
'Cause I bought Mark a Coco Ichibanya employee uniform
Or
for
something.
Christmas.
What is
Blue.
that?
I stole a pen from there when I was there a couple months ago.
You're getting green screened hard.
You guys are gonna look like Greg Turkington on
Mark
Cinema when he
Stoll?
wears the special
Oh,
yellow
God.
polo that he makes. He's like,
Ugh.
look, these can be our official shirts, and Tim doesn't wear it. I just want to say, Acer AV just called me out for my corpse paint. Acer AV, aka Geometro, he's actually my roommate here in the fun house, the house that Vapor built, and he has a
Yeah, we
beautiful
saw
cat.
the apple leftovers.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, he puts me on blast. I had Applebee's. and he found it in the fridge and decided to use that knowledge and put me on blast. But look, sometimes you need a lava cake and you need it delivered, and there's COVID, and where you gonna get a lava cake? You know, I can hear him laughing in the other room right now. He's
I'm waiting for Apple C's to come out.
We got 1 minute. I'm gonna launch this in 1 minute.
I'm still on Apple A's.
So please, anything that you
620.
want to say, you got 60 seconds to say it. Everyone, we want to just go around the circle.
Are we gonna get a bathroom break before the movie starts?
We can do a bathroom break. Okay, everyone watching right now, we're all gonna go to the bathroom together. This is gonna be a bunch of people all going separately to the restrooms, using it, and then we're all gonna come back here, and then we're gonna start this the film. So let's go do that, and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
I'm not going anywhere. Oh no, Dad's gone.
For us or something?
What?
So does James have a loading screen for us?
Oh, it's too bad.
All right, now there's a chance to all talk about James now that he left the room.
Yeah.
What a great guy is James, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, how hard did he work to make this documentary for us?
Man,
he stayed up.
The chat fell apart. There's like all sorts of
on it.
There's all sorts of piss jokes going on in the chat.
Well, I've had like 2 or 3 beverages since sitting down, so I think it's time.
Do it.
I mean, I guess while the movie's playing, we don't want to be stepping away.
I want to see the entire chat roll out while the movie's playing.
Here we go. Ready?
Oh, he's back.
Not going anywhere. I don't have to pee.
I do have to pee, so I think I will also go.
James is a pissman.
I hear what you've been drinking of. I can answer that question. I'm drinking Rock House Pills.
Argo, thank you.
Argo, thank you.
Thank you.
Coco Ichibanya, represent.
Okay, so are we all ready to watch this film together?
Nobody went to the bathroom while you were gone. We all just stayed here.
Dude, we have to go. We have to do it now.
We're gonna start this movie. Okay, you had your chance. Okay,
You've already seen it.
I hope you got some snacks.
Ooh.
I got a catheter, so
I got a nice tall water.
All right, so everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to the very first inaugural virtual desktop experience live stream. We're going to be doing this same time, same place, same channel every week. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff and be sharing super fun content as we begin this journey out of pandemic lockdown and back into the arms of Japan. So, without further ado, let's watch the movie. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for all your donations and all of your support. We love you so much.
Thank you so much for your donations.
Until our next meeting.
All right. Welcome to Japan.
I think like one of the things that I was most concerned about at first, James and I both, we had never met Kevin or Mark in real life before, and so the whole flight, like on the way, we were like, man, I really hope they're like normal, and because people can be way different in real life than they are online. But it was wonderful because we like met them in front of a hotel we stayed at the first night in Tokyo, and they were just like sweethearts and just perfect, wonderful people. And so we were like, oh, this is awesome. This is going to be great.
You know, having just met Jeff, VAPERROR, for the first time at Electronica 1 and 2, and then a couple weeks later, we're meeting in Tokyo and eating Coco Ichibanya curry together.
Meeting Japanese fans and the Japanese label heads and promoters, you know, that helped put all this together for us. You know, they treated us like we were rock stars, you know, like we felt like gods among men because we were treated so kindly and so well, you know, and it's just insane to me that I can play a show in, you know, at Otahatoba in Kobe, for example, where everyone is just so nice and so just happy that we've made the trip and that we're there.
yeah, there's a language barrier there, but music is the universal language. So yeah, I feel like Neo Gaia Fantasy is essentially one of the greatest crossover events of all time.
Having this amazing shared experience from the internet incarnate, like it definitely taps into what Electronica was, you know, like the whole experience is a little bit of a uncharted territory roller coaster situation. Local Visions, new masterpiece, Musan editions, they helped us, you know, they put on these amazing shows there that really highlighted how popular vaporwave and future funk and experimental internet music is in Japan. And that was just like to share that with, you know, your close friends who you love and respect, and you kind of have this shared experience of vaporwave on the internet with. You know each other's work, and then you go and you share that. You're sharing new stuff with a whole new audience. It's like, it's a mind-blowing experience.
私の主催するレーベルローカルビジョンズはベーパーウェーブのビジュアルやスタイルに大きな影響を受けたポップミュージックレーベルです。明確にはベーパーウェーブのレーベルとは言い切れませんが、ベーパーウェーブが好きな人はローカルビジョンズがリリースする音楽も気に入ってくれると思います。私は以前からベーパーウェーブを愛聴していて、特にデスズダイナミックシュラウドやエクイップたちの大ファンでした。2018年、彼らが初めての日本ツアーを行った時、 私は胸をときめかせながら彼らのカセットテープを手にクラブへ行きました。それから交流が始まり、ローカルビジョンズのコンピレーションに参加してもらったり、翌年にはジェームズが東京から 790km 以上も離れた私の住む出雲市まで遊びに来てくれました。彼らと意気投合したことで、私が今回のツアーに関わるのは自然なことでした。
It's so much more fun when a lot of the stressful event planning stuff doesn't all fall on your head and you have a little bit of help from people. So yeah, I think we were treated really, really well during this tour, and I can't wait to go back. There is something, just for lack of a better word, totally epic about going on a cross-country journey in a foreign land with some friends to play music. It truly does feel like a real-life RPG.
I didn't really know Kevin. We weren't really friends yet. He just sort of messaged me out of the blue on Twitter, just like, hey, do you want to go on tour in Japan? I was like, yeah, absolutely, sign me up. But I had just gone to Japan for the first time earlier that year. I just spent like a month backpacking across the country. But this was so much more exciting because instead of just being, like another American dude just wandering around Japan, it was like I was going to be there with a purpose, with a reason to actually be there and to perform my music for Japanese vaporwave fans. That was such a huge opportunity. Check your DMs because you never know what you're gonna find.
ニューマスターピースは2013年秋に設立されました。設立当初はウッドマンという電子音楽家を中心としてテクノやアンビエントなどをリリースしていましたが、ノープログレムなどからリリースするビートクリエイターアクターが A&R として参加するようになって以降は徐々にベーパーウェーブのアーティストも扱うようになりました。そもそも我々は気の合う仲間らと小さなクラブでパーティーをしていても大きな場所でイベントをしたことはなく、ましてや海外のアーティストを迎えるという機会もありませんでした。さらにフューチャーファンクのアーティストは幾度か来日していましたが、日本で開かれるフューチャーファンクでないベーパーウェーブのイベントはおそらく初だったようで、何から何まで新鮮かつ緊張しました。
日本でベーパーウェーブが話題になったのは2012年から2013年にかけてのことです。その冗談とも受けて取れるような奇妙な音楽は一部のコアな音楽ファンの間で話題になりました。しかし2014年を過ぎた頃には熱心なファンを残してベーパーウェーブを聴いている人はとても少なくなりました。その間にも日本国外ではベーパーウェーブは大きな成長を遂げ、 そのビジュアルは K-POP やファッションにも取り入れられ始めました。ベーパーウェーブのビジュアルがおしゃれなカルチャーで見られるようになった頃から、ベーパーウェーブは再び日本でも脚光を浴びるようになったのです。
Invited me after a display of emotion after my first Electronica set. I believe it was the first one. And I, of course, agreed very quickly to that. It sounded like a dream team experience that I would love to take part in. It was my second time out of the country. I live in the United States, and it felt like another world to me. Neon lights in the city felt distinctly cyberpunk, like the movie Akira.
Jeff and I all won the Christmas-themed Rey from Evangelion statuette from the arcade in Osaka, Den town.
And I think that we ended up putting maybe like $30 into that machine or something before we actually got it. But then Christmas Rey became the mascot for the tour. So every time we got to a new city and checked into a new guest house or hostel, the first thing that we would do would be to delicately unbox her and place her in a place of honor. So she would continue to bless us.
There's just something funny about 4 grown men hovered around a crane machine trying to win a Christmas-themed anime statuette.
My name is Joshua Steffen. I run an ambient tape label called Muzan Editions. We're located here in Nara, Japan. Might have been 2016 or 2017. I met Kevin when he was traveling in Japan with his friends who were touring at the time. And I got, I think, several chances to just chill with Kevin, and we became pretty close friends. When the guys came back in 2019 for the second Neo Gaia tour, they reached out to me and asked if I wouldn't mind helping to arrange some shows for them. Now, arranging shows in Japan is always really tricky because there's a lot of cultural differences, the way that clubs and live houses work, how payment works. A lot of that stuff is really different and can be surprising on both sides of that cultural gap. But I was more than happy to do it, and I'd never seen any of them perform live before, so that was quite exciting for me.
forgot to mention Jordan. He joined us for a few of the dates. Jordan is groceries, of course. Very sweet man. He flew in from South Korea, I believe, at one of the last minutes.
Getting from Korea to Japan is quite easy, but it was still a crazy weekend trip because I left work on Friday and flew to Tokyo, and then when I landed I had to take a train and then navigate my way to the venue, and when I arrived I showed up and caught R23X's set, and I got to meet everyone and say hi. I'd met James and Mark before, but it was my first time meeting Kevin and Jeff. So we stayed out all night and then walked home, and then the next day got up and took the bullet train to Osaka and passed Mount Fuji on the way, and I slept the whole way because I was exhausted. And then while we were in Osaka, we had plenty of great Japanese food, and we visited a flashy grocery store, and I took some pictures in there. When it came time to play at the venue, and play DJ sets, and those were really crazy and intense and fun and all night. Happy to have joined them on this, and the next day, we all spent time going to a beautiful Japanese castle, and it was the end of our time together. After that, I had to go back to the airport, but we got a picture together, and they continued on their tour, and I flew back because I had to go back to work on Monday morning. I miss everyone, and I can't wait to come back to the US from Korea and get back to playing shows again. It was a great time, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Live, laugh, love.
So I believe in total I managed to arrange 3 shows for us. And one was an all-night marathon ambient electronic vaporwave night at a club in Osaka called Club Stomp, and that was pretty It started at 11 p.m. and it went until 5 a.m. and everyone, was going between DJ sets and live sets, and what normally could have been, or what could have been a, bit of a tiring experience turned out to be a really exciting night.
that gave a little more opportunity to play around, and I thought that was really fun. I think James had a really great set on the last night with full or almost full moon. He was playing some Final Fantasy DJ set, and that was really cool to see.
VAPERWAVE は以前は対象に対してある程度の敬意を払っているかどうかが自分の基準でしたが、今はちょっと違う気がしています。我々日本人も過去の欧米の作品をサンプリング、時にはママ投与をしていて、そこから新しいものも次々生まれてきたわけで、現に私がVAPERWAVEに惹かれたきっかけは日本の CM を引用した作品でしたし、闇雲に文化盗用被害を訴えるのは過剰反応に思えます。
Both Kevin and Mark are vegan. James isn't vegan. We're waiting on you, buddy.
Eating vegan in Japan isn't always easy. For one, it's a little difficult to read the ingredients list on packaged food.
But there is a chain that makes curry, Japanese-style curry, that Equip and I love to go to, and it's called Koko Ichibanya. And I don't think it's anything special. It's like there are a lot of them. It's kind of like the equivalent of traveling all the way to United States just to go to like Taco Bell or...
And we ended up eating at Koko Ichibanya more times than I'd like to admit.
You know, I've told people there that's my favorite food in Japan, and they just start laughing, thinking that I'm joking, but it's really tasty. You know, they've got vegan options, and they make curry differently, so it doesn't taste like an Indian curry. It's the first night Jeff VAPERROR arrived, I was like, let's go get some Koko Ichibanya. And you know, it's a reliable place to get delicious vegan food, and it's usually open till midnight or 3 a.m., 24 hours in some situations. Bought some souvenirs, got a little, they deliver the food in this truck. It's so tasty. I love it.
Yeah, infinite props to James, who put up with Mark and I's Cocoa BS when there were so many better options in the area as far as good food goes. Thank you, James.
It was really, really special the first year that we did it because Tech actually came with us. And it was really sad that he couldn't come the second time. But yeah, that first year, it was amazing because, I mean, Tech had not really traveled abroad too much, and certainly never to Asia. So it was great. We actually got to like ride on the plane together, which was really cute.
James sort of served as my tour guide a lot because he had already been to Japan. I think all three of them had been to Japan before, but there was one kind of freaky moment. Basically, my phone was like at 2% battery with like a half an hour left on the train ride, and I was like, oh, well, this isn't good. Yeah, I texted James. I said, hey, I don't think I'm going to have, my phone's not going to make it for Google Maps. I'm not going to know how to get back to the place we're staying. He's like, where are you? And I was at a station in Kyoto, and I texted him, but like, while I was texting him, I'm at blah, 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 the phone just died. I was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do. But it was like midnight, so it was like, I have no idea how to get to where I'm supposed to go. So I just kind of like meandered around like the station that I was at, and all of a sudden James just appeared. He had left the place we were staying and just guessed right and recovered me. So he saved my life.
And then just, you know, go around playing these shows, you know, like the 2-man Death Dynamic Shroud show on tour in Japan. It was really, really special. He was definitely really missed last year. That wasn't your fault. That wasn't your fault.
Here's the most difficult one for me to get, but switching it.
Are you kidding me? We played this incredible show in Kobe at this amazing little club called Otahatoba, which has since become like one of our favorite places to play in the world. We were super lucky to get to play that same venue on the second Neo Gaia Phantasy Tour, and it was like the exact same lineup, and Studio was there, and at this point I was already like a super fan, and this was right before Soda Resort Journey, his new album, had come out, and I had never heard it, and he opened his set with the first track from that album. And again, it was one of those sort of like unforgettable moments. Like I can still see it, just those first lines sort of just coming out of him. This, and like ba 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 ba, ba. And he finished his set, and I just stood there, just sort of wide-eyed, sort of ready for the next song. And then it was like, oh, it's over. It's like, well, I guess I'll have to wait until next year.
印象的だったのはイクイップ。1年前はラップトップを叩いていた彼が勇者の姿になって現れた時は思わず歓声を上げてしまいました。
From the Neo Gaia Tour proper, kind of an ambient side quest. It was held on top of Ikoma Mountain at a vegan restaurant that I had taken the guys to a few times. This restaurant used to be a Japanese inn, and they renovated it to make it into a vegan restaurant, and now it's run by some Japanese Rastafarians and overlooks the entire city of Nara, so it's got a pretty good atmosphere already. My label, Muzan, we do seasonal ambient shows there called The Sound of Mountains, or Yamanoba. And we were really lucky to have the guys in Japan when the fall show was happening. So we had them join that, and yeah, they performed. The show was really wonderful. We started from the evening and the sun was setting and it was getting dark and the lights of the city were coming out, and Kevin did a really wonderful ambient set with kind of slowed down and stretched out samples from his Equip project. And James pulled out a guitar and did a vocal set, which was surprising and amazing. I don't think anybody was expecting it, but it really matched the vibe of the night, and everybody in attendance really loved it.
I loved shopping for video games with Kevin and Mark. That is a nerd's dream, to go in the tech stores, the used tech stores in Japan. There's just tons of stuff. A lot of it is in really good condition. I did some solo shopping one day and came home with two rack synthesizers, a Korg and a Roland. The Roland I think I'll use more because it has a Fantasia patch on it.
Hard off or book off. Where's the closest one? Is there a train? Let's go. And it's great. We're looking for games constantly while we're there. We're getting inspiration. A lot of rare games in the US they're not rare there. The original Japanese releases are much more common, so you can get cool, Super Mario RPG or Chrono Trigger copies, just different art, pick it up on your way to go get coffee in the morning for like $10 or something, and it's the best. I got a Hello Kitty Dreamcast, which I've wanted for years, and complete inbox, really good condition, brand new basically, and it is great. It's in great condition. I love it.
I'll never forget the morning in Issei when Kevin quit his job. And, Issei is this beautiful, beautiful place that's kind of tucked away off the main line. And it's the place where Issei Jingu is, which is the grand shrine at Issei where Amaterasu, the chief deity of Shinto, lives, basically. So it's like the very soul of Japan. And we woke up at this little seaside inn and just looked out the window, and Kevin was like, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to do music full time. And so we both just kind of looked at each other and started crying, and it was just like, I want to do the same thing, like, let's do it. And I'll never forget that morning. The inn that we were staying at had bicycles that you could just use, and so we just hopped on them and started just riding through the countryside towards Miyota Iwa, which are these two giant stones sitting out in the ocean that are connected with a massive Shimanawa rope between them. And we just rode out there with our hearts just fucking racing, just thinking about the future and everything that we wanted from it, to move to Japan, you know, if only temporarily, but definitely to quit our jobs and do music full time, which is, and that's the dream. The last day that I was with Mark and Kevin was very kind of bittersweet. We all went to Ueno Zoo together, which was really cute because we had participated in a compilation for the new Masterpiece label in Japan, where we had each done songs about different areas in Ueno Zoo. And so we actually walked around the zoo, you know, listening to our tracks on our phones in the actual places that we were writing about, which was kind of cool. Then we said goodbye to Mark, which was emotional and beautiful, and then Kevin and I kind of bummed around for the rest of the day in Tokyo together, just going to different art offs and book offs and vintage video game stores. And I convinced him to spend way too much money on an FM Towns Marty, which he had been fantasizing about for years and years, and then finally found.
Hi, I'm equipped. I'm going to buy an FM Towns Marty, a console I've wanted to buy for 3 years now. I just quit my job, by the way. This is a very ill-advised purchase. I'd like to buy the FM Towns Marty. Marty? What's up? Marty?
Did it.
Spending large amounts of money in Japan always feels good.
And then we went to the train station. We were going to kind of part ways, and we're both very emotional people, me and Kevin. I don't know if you can tell that by listening to our music. And so we were standing by the turnstiles at the subway station, and we're just bawling our eyes out as we're looking at each other, and he looks at me and he's like, you know what, I'm not even sad. I'm not even sad, because this tour, it wasn't the end, it was just the beginning, and what comes next is going to be bigger and better than all of this, and we will meet again soon.
何をもってシーンなのかは分かりませんが、ベーパーウェーブの元ネタにされることが多い日本。少なくとも東京においては、ベーパーウェーブではなく、プレベーパーウェーブがフューチャーファンクを含むポストベーパーウェーブのみがあると私は考えています。ただし、豊平久美が彼が生まれ育った北海道を指し、ベーパーウェーブは北海道の音楽だとも言いました。ここまで書いて昨年、イベントを終えた DDS のジェームスが北海道の最北端稚内に行ったことは偶然ではないことに気づきました。
I think the best part about the Neo Gaia Phantasy Tour is getting to share your music on the other side of the world with like a whole new audience and seeing the reaction,
Neo Gaia to me is more than just like our touring brand. I mean, it's to me it's a portal to another world. It's another scene of like-minded people that are all in it for the same reasons that we are.
It felt incredible to see people gather from another country to listen to your music. And everyone had a shared goal there too. It's a very humbling experience.
生き方だと考えています。ベーパーウェーブがなければきっと私は田舎の孤独なガーデンホースリールだったでしょう。ベーパーウェーブがあったからこそ今の自分が存在するのだと胸を張って言えます。ロパティンが80年代のポップスをスクリューしなければ、ベクトロイドがセガの名作をサンプリングしなければ、バーネットがそれをベーパーウェーブと名付けなければ、きっと今とは世界が大きく異なっていたと思います。
you get, Mark?
Little curry truck. Come high from the spice.